Hey there, it's Jenny, and I'm going to share with you this week in my big happy memory keeping planner. I am using the Cocoa Daisy Treetop Canopy kits to decorate. This is my memory planner, and you can see right here I am flipping through some of the patterned paper from the kits and deciding which ones I want to use and which ones I don't. I know that I want to keep it really green and blue. I don't know why, it just was the feeling that I had when I did this. And I am lining up the papers so I can trim them off at the bottom. And when I say trim, I really actually mean tear. I am going to tear those patterned papers so that I have a raw edge at the top. But just because I want that doesn't mean that I don't want the rest of the edges to be straight. So that's why I'm trimming them off with my paper trimmer. So you can see right there, I am trimming. So the hand that you actually do the tearing with, that is important for where you get that torn edge. So I usually like to keep it on the top and then tear it towards me. And then the piece that's in my left hand would be the one that I'm using. So you can see right there how that happened again. You may have to go back and watch if you're actually interested about paper tearing and having that rough edge right there. I also layered the little green leaf paper on top of the blue one. I wanted to have it sort of be a multifaceted and come to a point in the center, and also the blue be at its lowest point in the center. I know it's kind of confusing, right? But not meant to be. As you can see, I didn't trim that the right size. I trimmed it the wrong size. So I'm going to go back and add that, and then tear down a little bit more so that I have the right angle so it can come together about the same height in the center on both pages. Do you see that? I assume you see it. Anyway, so I'm going to do the same thing on this piece of paper, and I'm going to add this one up at the top. I just wanted to mimic that same where it comes to a point up at the top, but I did not want it to be anywhere near as extensive on the top. Now you can see that again, I'm still sticking with the blues and the greens for these pattern papers. There are so many cool embellishments in these kits, by the way. So I'm looking at these numbers and they're very cool and I like them very much. And I'm thinking that I might use them to date the paper or to date the planner, but they're too big. They're not what I want, and I also don't want to do that much work. So they actually look really cool being that big. I probably should have gone with it, and it really probably would have been very neat, but I just decided that I didn't want to do that much work, let's be honest. And it was going to be a lot to adhere them all down and make sure they looked good and figure out how I could line them up because they were definitely too big for the space. I mean, they would have been a really cool focal point, but just not worth it for me. I am cutting apart the photos. I print them on my Canon selfie printer. I use an app called PicFrame to make the collage on each photo, and then they print out 4x6 and I cut them up. It's great quality. They're fairly inexpensive and really convenient. If I didn't have a photo printer like this, I wouldn't do this project. Honestly, it's what keeps it current for me. If I had to send them out and pick them up, it just wouldn't happen. So this way I can print them and have them immediately in my hand when I want them. And that makes all the difference. It may not for everyone else. You could totally send them out to Costco or Walgreens or wherever to be printed, but I can't do it. So I line them up to where I'd like them to be based on the day that they happened. So I talk about this every single week. It's not always important for them to be on the day that they happened. Sometimes it's a-okay for them to spill over, but sometimes it's really important to me to have them where they happened. So for example, on Thursday, my son painted his parking spot, one of the senior activities that seniors at our high school do. And this is the first thing that they have done this year. And my kids have been virtual all year. The entire district has been. And so it really is important to me to have that it happened on Thursday. Again, it may not be important to other people. Other people are totally okay with like it just being a scrapbook page of the week. But by and large, I can make it work to have them happen on that day. So I do. I also, as I talked about a lot in previous weeks, I track the COVID. My county offers a graphic every day with the updated numbers. And so once or twice a week, I will save those. And it's been amazing to flip through my memory planners and see how COVID unfolded in my county. I get it, it's not for everybody, but I enjoy it just like I enjoy those circle punched photos, and usually include them because heck, they make fitting lots of photos even easier. And I had so many photos to include this week, so it was really kind of necessary. All right, so I'm flipping through these Cocoa Daisy treetop canopy stickers and just sort of getting an idea for what I want to use because I did not go through them before. Now this sticker, I don't love the animals on it. I'm not going to lie, I just don't. They're not really my thing. But I take that circle label, cover up the one that is really least my thing, slap a little word sticker on top of it, and it is a super cute little cluster that I'm really excited about and really love a lot. And so then I have a box that's so cool. And then I add another sticker up in the top left corner, and we're going to do a little bit more layering as well. So you can kind of see where the visual triangle is for my embellishments because, you know, I'm all about the visual triangle, of course. Now I'm going to layer those two stickers, the circle and then the arrow together. And that's sort of the, I don't want to say focal point on that sticker, but like a little bit of, I mean, I guess the focal point. I mean, I can't think of anything better to call it, and making it really stand out. Now I'm going to add this quote up in the top right, and it's really cute, and I love these. The colors and all of that are just wonderful. And I'm going to also do some more of that layering as well, and that strip sticker is perfect and goes perfect with that sticker with the quote on it. So, I mean, I had to put them together. I mean, right? So I'm going to finish it off with a little circle label. I had to peel that quote sticker up just a little bit so I could get that one behind it, but I think it worked out great. Now I am really just feeling putting these little word stickers on various different photos throughout the week, the ones that it really makes sense. So I am just adding those to quite a few of the photos actually, and I think it's just a really, really fun way to give a little bit more detail to the week, and I like how it looks. It's really fun. I don't know that I'll ever tire of these little word stickers. I think that they're just a great way to embellish in such a simple way. Now, another thing that I am going to do is go back and add all of the activities for the week. I do that by just putting stickers down or writing directly on the page, like, oh, practice or an appointment or something like that. And I know that's not something that lots of people do in their memory planners, but as a backstory for those of you that are new here, I started memory planning because things were so crazy busy with 3 boys in school. And I knew I would never remember this time in our lives. And how chaotic it was and all of that. So I started memory planning. And for me to move away from that would be, it just wouldn't feel right. It feels right to me to include all of the things. And so that's why I do that. As you can see, I'm adding the date stickers up at the top. Obviously the scale fits so much more than the scale did of those big numbers, but those big numbers really would have been quite cool. So now we can go through and start to add some of the text so I can write on those stickers, write down the activities as they happened. Okay, so now I am going to take the little, what is that called? The template for the lines, which is really cool, and use it for a tiny bit of journaling. Now, you all know that I normally pull out the magnetic mat and the ruler to draw my journaling lines. But because this is such a tiny area that is not going over any lines, I don't even need to pull my big one out because this will do the job, and it's so simple and so easy to do. And if you have any issues with your handwriting or you don't love how it looks in your planner, I absolutely recommend writing on lines. It does help a lot. It really gives you a lot of guidance for where to put your letters and stuff, because I try not to ever write just directly. I mean, I do obviously write directly on the page without lines in my planner all the time, but if I was really wanting it to be super specific, I definitely would not do that. It wouldn't work at all. Anyway, thanks so much for stopping by and watching. I really do appreciate it. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comment box below, and I will do my very best to get back to you. Thanks so much, and make it a great day.